Hey, Caleb Williams had a solid day, and that's all I really care about at this point in the season. What's going on, guys? I'm back with our Chicago Bears post-game reaction video, which I'll be doing after every single Bears game this year. The Chicago Bears lost by a score of 34-17 against the Lions. It was not close from the very beginning. I knew the Bears would get blown out in this game. I apologize I did not make any pre-game prediction video for this game. I probably won't for the rest of the games this season because there is no point, okay? We know the Bears will lose their final two games as well. I mean, this team, especially on defense right now, struggling just massively. Like, we don't have a chance to really beat any of these teams. So I figured really not any point in making pregame videos. I will be making the postgame reactions and also, you know, coaching videos though, because obviously we're going to be hiring a new head coach soon. So if you guys want my thoughts on who the Bears should hire, I will be making videos about that. But you guys probably already know my number one favorite option is the OC of the opposing team in this game. Okay, hopefully this will not be the last time Ben Johnson comes to Soldier Field. You know, well, he's going to come to Soldier Field regardless if he stays with the Lions, but hopefully he's going to be on the other sideline, our sideline, coaching our football team, because this guy just whooped Eric Washington's ass in this game. Okay, the Chicago Bears defense got completely obliterated in this game. Okay, Jared Goff had 336 passing yards. He could have had a lot more. They kind of stepped off the gas in the second half, obviously, and the Lions had 475 total yards of offense. We allowed a 3rd and 17 to be converted. There was no pressure whatsoever on Jared Goff. I mean, the talent obviously is not good on the defensive line, especially with the injuries like Javon Dexter being out, big loss, Andrew Billings being out, big loss. But again, Ryan Poles has not done enough in the trenches on both sides of the football. Okay, both on the offensive and defensive line, the Bears have been getting bullied the entire season. He's invested so much in the skill position, you know, players and the cornerbacks and safeties. But guys, football is won in the trenches. Like, how could a trench person like Ryan Poles not understand that? Ryan Poles played on the offensive line himself. So it just doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever why, you know, he is not invested enough on both the offensive and defensive line. I mean, there were acquisitions to be made in the offseason. He stayed away from them and mostly went after some budget guys. I know he invested a lot into Montez Sweat, but that's really one of the only major investments he has made on the offensive or defensive line, you know, in free agency. And, you know, obviously, like, on the O-line, he did swing at Nate Davis, which is a big bust of a signing. So, like, I really question right now Ryan Poles' ability to build the trenches, because the trenches are not good for the Chicago Bears. And again, we did have injuries in this game, okay? Even on the offensive line, like Braxton Jones got injured, Tevin Jenkins got injured, but there's not enough depth on this team to withstand any injuries. I mean, the Lions had a lot of injuries. Like, they had so many players on IR, but still whooped our asses in this game. And again, it comes down to coaching as well. Ben Johnson is a fantastic football coach, fantastic offensive mind. He was scheming guys wide open for Jared Goff the entire game. Eric Washington had no idea what the fuck to do. And that's another, you know, reason why part of me, I can't believe I'm saying this, but part of me, like 1% of me, kind of wishes we kept Eberflus now for the rest of this season at least, because at least under him, the games were competitive because he was a better defensive mind. And, you know, Thomas Brown could really do his thing a lot better up in the booth. He's not doing his thing nearly as good on the field. I mean, some coaches just simply are not the same on the football field as they are upstairs. And it seems like Thomas Brown is one of those coaches. So, you know, part of me wishes just for stability's sake and to keep these games closer, we kept Eberflus. But again, he also had so many flaws of his own. He was going to be fired at the end of the season anyways, so not like it matters that much. But guys, at least the defense was better under Eberflus, man. Like Eric Washington has to be one of the worst defensive play callers I've ever seen. And it seems like the players on defense also have completely given up. I mean, even captains like Jalen Johnson, like, what the hell was he doing throughout this game at times? It seems like he did not really care. Tyreek Stevenson is taking a massive step back in year 2. He's been very bad the entire season. Tremaine Edmonds had some bad moments. He had a good play on the 4th down PBU, but, you know, for the most part, the linebackers also were not good in this game. The D-line was getting pushed around. So I don't want to keep repeating myself, but the Bears defense was just completely unacceptable in this game. They gave the Chicago Bears 0% chance to win the game. But switching over to talking about the offense, guys, and Caleb Williams. So the fact that he had 334 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns, he also led the team in rushing yards with 34 rushing yards, is honestly really impressive with how bad the team was around him. He had backup offensive linemen. He had offensive linemen making stupid brain dead mistakes every single minute. Okay, false start here, holding there. It was just so many mistakes being made around him where it was like 3rd and 2s ended up being 3rd and 16s, 3rd and 17s because of all the penalties we were committing. The Bears had no run game. Swift barely got anything going on the ground, and our defense was so bad. So taking all those factors into account, the fact that he still did have a pretty good stat line and looked pretty accurate on his throws for the vast majority of this game is a credit to how good Caleb Williams is. And I know some people out there are going to say none of these stats matter because it was all garbage time. But guys, is it Caleb Williams' fault that his defense is so fucking pathetic? Is it his fault that Rome Odunze fumbled the football 2 times? Rome had a horrible start to this game. He kind of made up for it with some nice plays later on. But Odunze, man, 2 horrible fumbles that led the Lions to scoring easy points. Okay, was that Caleb's fault? Like, there was so much going wrong around him in this game where I don't care if you think it's garbage time, okay? The fact that he had these stats and now he's on the season, okay, he's actually at 3,269 passing yards, the 6th highest number in Chicago Bears history with all that's gone wrong around him, with him having 3 different OCs and 2 head coaches in the same season. I don't care what anybody says. That is so impressive. Okay, Caleb is going to be very, very good for the Chicago Bears for a long, long time. And if you're a Chicago Bears fan, you're not bought in on Caleb, I don't know what to tell you, man. Obviously, he has made mistakes. It's not been a perfect rookie season. He's held on to the football a little bit too long sometimes. He's missed some throws. He's been bad with the deep accuracy. But if you cannot see the flashes of stardom in this dude, like, get the fuck out of this fan base, okay? Some of the Bears fans are just pissing me off so much, like not appreciating Caleb for what he's been able to accomplish. And again, I know it's not been a perfect rookie season. He has a lot to work on. I'm not saying he's guaranteed to be a superstar, but you know, if you even look at the fact that he's not throwing any interceptions at all, he has the 7th longest streak in the NFL with pass attempts without an interception. He has 326 passes without an interception, the 7th longest streak in NFL history. Okay, Aaron Rodgers has a number 1 streak, but guys, for a rookie quarterback, that is extremely impressive with how many interceptions rookie quarterbacks usually throw. And, you know, to some extent, that's also somewhat of a negative stat, the fact that he's not taking more chances down the field. But I feel like in this game, Caleb did take chances, and a lot of those chances did hit. Okay, he threw a 50-50 ball to Rome Odunze down the right sideline. That was a fantastic throw. He threw some balls to Keenan Allen in a little bit of traffic. So, you know, in this game, guys, I thought Caleb played pretty well. He did all he could. In the second half, in the 4th quarter, things kind of fell apart because the Lions were basically teeing off on him with how bad the offensive line was doing. So, you know, I still wish we could have scored 24-30 to make this game a little bit closer. But with how bad the run game was, with how bad the offensive line was, I'm very proud of Caleb Williams for what he did in this game. And guys, he actually has a chance to break the Chicago Bears all-time passing record by the end of the season. Okay, if he averages, I think it's around 300 passing yards for the next 2 games, which is very, very possible with what he's been doing as of late. He could break the Chicago Bears all-time passing record. And again, I know some people will not care about that at all because they look at our record and see 4 wins. But at this point, if you don't know that football is a team sport, you're an absolute idiot, okay? The quarterback is the most important part. By far, I agree. But a quarterback cannot win games by himself, as I have been arguing for every single Chicago Bears quarterback. I made the same arguments for Justin Fields too, for Mitch Trubisky too. So I'm not only saying these things for Caleb, but you know, Caleb is performing the best, honestly, out of any rookie quarterback we've ever had, which makes it so much more frustrating that we're losing these games. But I really think, guys, next year it could turn around, you know, with the right acquisitions on the offensive and defensive line. If we do get Ben Johnson, things could still look pretty, you know, good in the Windy City as soon as next year. And, you know, again, I know some people don't want to hear that, but Caleb gives me a lot of optimism for this franchise. So Leave your comments down below. What do you guys think about this game? I probably won't be doing a pregame video for the Packers and Seahawks game next week because there's just really no point. Okay, I know the Bears are gonna lose, so what's it even worth talking about these games? But hopefully Caleb can break the all-time Chicago Bears passing record. That'd be so cool to see him do that in his rookie season, even with how bad the season has been. That would at least be something to look back on and remember this season by. But yeah, leave your comments down below. Have a Merry Christmas, guys, because I probably won't be making a video before Christmas. So Merry Christmas to all of you. Have a great time with your family, friends, and try to forget about the Chicago Bears. But leave your comments down below. As always, fuck this team.